Many changes Americans are waiting for in the new year will depend on two Senate runoff races in Georgia. I'm Alexa Liacco reporting. History is yet again knocking on Georgia's door. A birthplace for civil rights and equality is now a final battleground for the nation's Senate.
Everybody has their eyes here on Georgia.
This moment, months in the making for organizer Macy Hall.
We started off with the primaries, traveling all the way from Houston to Atlanta.
Now she and voting rights advocates from March On are crossing the state of Georgia ahead of the highly contested Senate runoff.
We have so much work to get done, especially here in the state of Georgia.
Their first step, getting voters to the polls Tuesday.
Right now in 2020, it's a lot of things that we can't control, but what we can control is our vote and our voice.
And Hall is using her voice to fight for
voter protection, voter education, and really combating voter suppression.
But she's not the only one speaking up.
This election is just as important as the presidential election.
Whether it's in-person events like this, encouraging people to come get their questions answered, or broadcasts on Facebook Live, organizers are out in Georgia like never before to get people to come out and vote. And that's because what happens in this Senate runoff will touch every single American. Members of the TPS Alliance came from all over the country to ask voters to help start a new era for immigration policies.
I'm just doing this for my community and to stay with my parents and fight for my human rights.
The outcome of this vote could change Rebecca Vasquez's life.
This would mean that I would get to stay here with my family, with my parents. This would mean that I would get to go to college. My mom would get to, I'm only 15, so my mom would get to see me walk across the stage, at my graduation. So it would mean everything to me. It's my future we're talking about here.
Immigration policies, healthcare policies, and environmental laws for the entire nation could all see changes this year depending on how Georgia votes. Helen Butler of nonpartisan group The People's Agenda is working to make sure every one of those votes is counted.
Oh, what haven't we done? We're phone banking, we're texting, we're doing votercades, you name it. We're out here doing it. People are suffering right now, and they really need that help of our elected officials.
Democratic challengers Jon Ossoff and Raphael Warnock are up against Republican incumbents Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue.
Would you be opposed to an independent oversight kind of part of that?
No, I think especially when we're talking about local government.
Butler says whether the seats flip blue or remain red, she hopes the new senators will truly work for the people who elected them and for the country depending on them.
No matter who's elected, I think they understand that people are upset about the dysfunction, about them not taking care of them, and that they must act.
The actions of organizers are already paying off. The runoff election has already seen record-breaking early voter turnout, especially with minority voters.
The energy is phenomenal. The turnout is excellent.
But all of these activists agree their work is only beginning.
We want to ensure that moving forward, the work that we've done now with this runoff election is going to continue on.
Public policy impacts the day we're born to the day we die and everything in between. We're all fighting for great policies, but the way you get it, it has to go through the vote.
A vote for Georgians with power far beyond state lines. For The Race, I'm Alexa Liacco.
Renewed hope in immigrant communities, next.